Hello everybody, Walters954 here, coming at you with another Salesforce tip that I use all the time. In this video, I'll be going over the email plus sign trick. This is a way of basically creating an unlimited amount of emails. I use this a lot for testing new users that I'm creating, testing workflows, or anything that has to deal with emails. And I'll also, for the final example, show you guys how to use this pretty much in everyday life, just browsing the internet or giving out your email to random people. And I know I get a lot of questions around this. If you watched my videos before, you've noticed that I've put plus signs in email addresses all the time. If you add a plus sign to your email address, any text that is in the middle of the @ symbol will not be recognized by the email server. Everything after the plus sign will get dropped, at least for sending out the email, but you will see that when it comes in through your email client. So really quickly, as an example, you can see here that there is the warren.salesforce plus cont1 at gmail.com. So I got this cont1 at gmail.com and cont2 at gmail.com to come through, along with sending it to myself. So I'm going to show you guys how to set this up and how it's very useful in certain situations. To set the stage, let's understand the business case. We are trying to send out an email anytime the amount is changed to the primary contact. So working with email alerts, I know that I can send an email out to a related contact using a lookup field like this, but let's say that I don't know if it's possible to use the contact roles related list and send it out to any contacts that are in that specific role. So I want to test this all at the same time. I don't want to go and test one at a time. It's kind of slow, so I want to kill two birds with one stone. And what I'm going to do is add a contact role using test contact 1. Let's just add them in the primary to keep everything synced up. And then in here, let's just add in that contact 2 in our lookup field as our test case. So now moving to the email alert, what I'm going to do is go into the section for related contacts and see what I have access to. So this primary contact, when I'm selecting this, what I'm expecting is that it sends out through this lookup field into this contact's email. And then when I select the related contacts, I'm just going under the assumption, since there's no other lookup fields, it's using this related contacts field here, and all of the emails are going to be sent out to the contacts in the contact roles related list. And just to take a peek at their email addresses, right now they are both sent to me. So let's see what happens when I change the amount. We see that we got an email and it's all going to me coming from Salesforce. And why did this happen? In the email alert, we're saying that we want it to go to my user, the primary contact, and the contact, but we only got one email. So Salesforce bunches together all of the emails for the same email address into one send, which is smart, but it doesn't allow us to know which individual contact got that email. So if I update these emails and add in cont1 plus sign cont2, hit the save on that, and then I run this again to do my alert. So now when I take a look at the emails that came through, since we changed both of those contacts to have that plus sign in, I actually got to see that both of those related contacts are coming through, which means when we look at that contact role or think about that contact role email address, it is working, and we didn't have to go back and forth and try to figure it out one by one if these were actually working. Another example is using this plus sign trick to categorize your error emails that come through. So if you didn't know, there is the Apex error exception. So all of the Apex errors that come through to your system can be sent to a specific external email or to a user. Instead of setting it to your plain email address and filtering it out some weird way, you can easily use this plus sign trick, add in something like plus Apex error to filter out and put all of those emails in a specific folder to better categorize them and prioritize them later. If you're wondering where this comes from, you can check the description below where I read this awesome article. I've also seen a lot of other consultants use this type of thing for different login users, which we will get into right now. So if you're a student on Salesforce Mentor, you will need to give your mentor access to your Salesforce org for review. That means we need to create a username for them. And since usernames need to be unique, we don't want to just put a bunch of random letters together and call it a username. You can use this plus sign trick to make a bunch of different usernames. You can also use this in places like testing different community profiles or testing different profiles in general. I'm going to hop into an account that has partner access and go ahead and create a new test community partner user. Enable them as a partner user, and then I'm going to use a username that I know is already taken. We can see here that I got the duplicate username error. And instead of just adding a bunch of different characters at the end of this or trying to remember some other type of string, we can go ahead and use the plus sign and say partner test or even p-test as the alias. And now that username is unique to the system. I'll go ahead and update the nickname as well because that's probably already taken. And there we have it, a unique username. We could have updated the email address as well so that when I get emails as this partner user, it will come through as ptest so that I know, hey, this specific email is for that particular partner user or community user. I use this all the time when testing out communities and different profiles. It really is a lifesaver creating a bunch of different usernames this way than having like a book or some type of password manager that gets all jumbled up because it's all in the same URL. The final example I have is just for general use of this email trick. So what I normally do when maybe I'm signing up for something that's a little suspect or I'm not too keen on giving out my information to that particular site, I will add in a plus sign at the end of my email address so that I can sort of track where my email is going and who I'm getting those emails from. For example, if I click the mailing list over here and if I sign up, I can say warren.salesforce plus sign Windows Club. So now anytime I get an email from plus sign Windows Club, I should be expecting it to come from Windows Club. But let's say that they sell my information. I can now better track where this is going and who is sending me that information. So if I get emails from this plus Windows Club, but it doesn't come from the Windows Club website, I know that they either sold my information or this email was compromised somehow. Alright, when it comes to Salesforce, this trick is mainly used for testing and error categorizing, but it can be used in multiple different ways, and I did not go over all of the different potential ways that you can use this. For all of these Salesforce Mentor students, you now have all of the tools necessary to create those usernames for your mentors. If you already knew about this email trick, let me know in the comments down below how you used it, if you use it differently, and some other email tricks that you know about. If this video was helpful, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out. I really appreciate everyone for watching my videos. I'm almost at 300 subscribers. And remember, I believe in you.